welcome back. This is Jack. Y'all know the usual spiel. Hang on a second. Just making sure all my ducks, geese, chickens are in a row. Alright, that looks like everything I should expect. Alright, cool. So we should be good for me to play now. Alright. So, spoilers, I have already played a bit of the opening, and I'm playing a bionic character, and I should probably check my audio levels to make sure everything's okay. I forgot to actually do that. So give me a second. Yeah, it looks like it's spiking a little loud. So I'm going to bring that down just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Alright, you should be able to hear me now over the game a bit. I might turn down the music. I am not entirely sure. Oh, fudge. I need to get the voice chat, or not the voice chat, but the chat, stream chat up so I can actually see when people are yelling at me. Alright. Yep, so this is the character I made. I gave her purple hair because I wanted to. She's a biotic, so she's going to throw around space magic. Hey, Vex. And I got myself Rex, and I've got myself Raya. So where we're at right now is we just got the evidence that Saren is a traitor, that he's working with the Geth, and now we're going to go talk to the council. Oh, wrong way. Oh yeah, I forgot there's no actual sprint in this game, so I keep wanting to hold shift to sprint, and that is not a thing. Alright, I gotta remember the controls now. Well, I just used the med thing. Z, X. X is how you put away stuff. No, that's how I switched. Holster, H. That makes too much sense. Alright. Nope, alright. Spacebar. The spaciest of bars. Alright, cool. Sorry, it's been a little bit since I played, so the controls are a little like I forgot. Sure, I'm in.
My name is Samesh Patil. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
What do you need?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
I know why.
We'll look into it.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Boston. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time. I just want to give my wife a proper funeral and the respect she deserves.
Yeah, like I actually know the reason. I kind of understand the reason why they wouldn't want to turn over the body. A little messed up, but I understand it at least. God damn it, I keep using E to try and talk to things. Citadel Towers. But how you doing, Vex? Everything going okay with you? Murdered anybody lately?
Come on. Udine is presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
I do need to look back into 76. Yeah, I saw that, and I've heard a lot of good things about the last boss fight, because it ends the story.
Do we even know
The initial story.
what it is?
listen to what you're saying.
So I do need to play it. You are 100% right.
Machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the council. We all agree he's using
Of course.
to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
I love that this is just a recurring trope in Mass Effect. Shepard's like, hey, something bad's gonna happen. And they're like, no, it's not. Something bad starts happening. Who could have told us?
Somewhere in the traverse, send your fleet in.
A fleet cannot track down one man.
The Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
I can take Saren down.
The commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
Definitely not Shepard. Shepard didn't know what was going on.
Responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the ambassador gets a human spectre.
I am going to take a bite out of my lunch. Now, you need to see this. This is my lunch. It's horribly out of my diet, but this is a Killer burger. A massive ball of meat, grease, cheese, and bacon. It is delicious. Unfortunately, the grease has also got the... Varys? He's on my ship. I use Rex.
It is the decision of the council that he be granted all the powers and privileges of the special tactics and reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectre are not trained, chosen. Individuals forged from the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above.
Every now and then I get the need to have one good greasy burger. So here I go to Killer Burger every time.
Self-reliance. They are the right hand of the council.
I mean, you pay for what you get. It's a very good burger.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
What's my first mission?
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
Yeah, I think they're like almost. I think they're mostly exclusive to like Washington State and Oregon, maybe just Oregon.
I'll find him.
This meeting of the council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
You've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to...
Oh, Varys is awesome.
Crew, supplies, you get access to special equipment and training. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Office.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
So, I was gonna throw something at you. Oh, so I'm probably gonna I'm gonna say this again probably during my next stream.
He's got a lot on his mind. Come on.
Right behind you.
1 second. Whoa, Spectre training. So I have an idea about what YouTube needs to do, and I'm thinking about making a video for it. I keep doing that. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a video, it's obviously not a real tech demo because I don't have the ability to write the code to show how to do it. But I think I can make a mock-up video showing what I think YouTube needs to do with its streaming service to make it stand out from Twitch's. So I think I'm going to spend some time putting that together.
Show me what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre. Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you got.
76 is... so I had a lot of fun playing 76, but once again, I don't know if it was because I had fun because of who I was playing with, or because it was, Hey, Whisper. And I'm having one of those moments where it's like, just sell everything. Well, because I played when the game first came out, 76. And that was like at the height of its, hey, it's broken. So I don't know if, like, once again, I don't know if I enjoyed it. Yeah, I know it has. Like, I jumped back on when they first brought back humans. Here's something that I love that they did for Legendary Edition. I could press space bar to skip these, because before you had to listen to them, because they were just long load screens. And now you can just skip them. I actually went the wrong direction, so let me go back.
How can you fight your own people, Rex? There aren't that many of you left.
Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll.
But yeah, I do kind of look forward to the idea of like playing it again, because I legitimately did have fun with my friends, especially because like, hell, one of the first content creation things I ever did. Oh yeah, Rex is gonna live, yeah. There's a lot going on without me ranting in politics. But for me, I got my Evil Within videos. Episode 2's coming out Tuesday. This weekend, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go explore some of the parks I've been wanting to. But nothing much, really.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well.
This isn't right. The Normandy belongs to you.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, sir. They were considering me for the Spectres.
What happened?
There's actually a book series that explains.
I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me.
So I got a really bad piece of dry skin that was bothering me.
Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's good. Don't even try to find her.
Now, there's a reason I didn't want to do a recording of this game is because legitimately, like these huge ass open world games, I will spend all the time in the world doing the side missions.
Our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharaoh. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
But without ranting about politics, we're having a lot of interesting things going on.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back.
What's going on your side of the world? Anything fun?
And we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Proteans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Sounds like
Definitely going after her first, because I want my last party member. I'll probably actually use her over Talia for no reason.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll try not to make things
I do love that Talia and Garrus actually end up in a relationship if
You were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to, Captain Anderson. Answer any questions.
if you don't date either one of them, they end up in a relationship, and it's funny. Talia, like, her whole race is interesting to me, and that's one of the things that upset me with what happened with Andromeda, because I actually enjoyed Andromeda. I had a lot of fun with it. Did it have a shit ton of glitches and some bad writing? Oh, the hell yes. But it was pretty interesting. My problem is we never got to find out what happened to the Talia ship.
Captain Anderson survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission.
Oh, that sounds cool. I'll read what Whisper said for anybody who's just vibing. Whisper said, Europe's always interesting, conflict in every corner. Yeah, that you got that many countries jam-packed together, it's going to happen. We have this many states together, we fight each other. But we've been fidgeting with YouTube the past days, editing and posting music from our favorite films. Might create original material soon. I really look forward to that. It's going to be awesome.
Saren's out there somewhere.
Hopefully, is my forehead bleeding? No, it's not.
Everyone
Okay.
on this ship's behind you, Commander.
Seth Green for the win!
You got anything you want to say to the crew? Now's the time.
Alright, well, we're doing this long speech. I'm going to take a bite of my sandwich.
Have orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't
Oh, god damn it. I forgot you actually break up the speech.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there.
There, I got a bite of my sandwich.
Armies aren't going to stay on the far
Yeah.
fringes of Citadel.
It's because I just peeled away some dead skin that was bothering the hell out of me.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others. Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of. Wherever Saren goes, we'll follow. Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down. This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on. The fate of an entire
Epic speech, I can't talk over it.
We will stop Saren no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain, be proud.
The captain gave up everything.
I'm going to lean towards Paragon in this in case anyone's wondering. So I'm going to explain that one. Actually, I would rather pause so I can explain that one. So, thankfully, I'm not actively, like, pouring blood, which has happened from that before. Anyway, once you start doing some content creation on YouTube, it does get addicting, trust me. Where I started, my first early videos was the Geek's Perspective as a whole. There's actually a channel for it. It's hidden now. Or the videos are. You might not see anything. But anyway, it's the original Geek's Perspective channel. Was meant to be a straight podcast where I did a talk show. Exactly. Where we did a talk show about geek culture and what was going on in the world. And I had my mental breakdown in 2016 and just kind of fell apart. Then I kind of started getting back into doing YouTube stuff when I started writing for All Everything Entertainment for a little bit. Now, you can find a video, like one of my earlier videos where I talk about what happened between the two of us and that one company. They go by something else now, I think. Anyway, I had written over 100 articles and stuff like that, and then the owner got pissed off that my free work I was doing for him, I was spending more time on my personal YouTube stuff. So I got pissed off, and we went our separate ways. Anyway, and then it's just pretty much been, I decided, hey, I want to give being a content creator a real go. And so I did Twitch for a good minute, and I do YouTube exclusively now. And I'm always just trying to find new ways to make my work more my own, more unique. I hope some of that made sense. Because I want to be an actor. I would love to be an actor. I'd love to be in movies. But I don't see me ever getting a real shot at it. So instead, I'm going to make my own entertaining stuff. Alright, I should probably go talk to everybody, so I will. But yeah, shooting a villain while they're monologuing, or shooting the hero while they're monologuing, great idea. Can't remember how, there's a movie where that actually happens. There's, a female character. If you're going to shoot somebody, shoot somebody. Don't stand around talking about it. That's all I can remember her saying. I don't remember the movie specifically, though. Alright, there's Caden.
sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time.
What's your opinion on
I don't see how we could. We were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Yeah, they don't. He's not wanting to talk to me too much. Here is my room. Yeah. Hopefully Adam Cool Walker does get back into doing some streaming, or like he does stream some tabletop stuff. I'll take it. I'll reduce it to gel later. He does start doing some real tabletop streaming because I think he'd have a lot of fun with it.
Commander, is there something you need?
How did you end up serving?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth was seemed boring, too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure.
I like her.
I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I should go.
Goodbye.
I'm just kind of going through all this little talking right now because like it's the only way you could ever unlock like the later like missions for them is you got to actually talk to them. So I'm just gonna thumb my way through some of this. I do apologize for the tedium. All right. Elevator down, and while I'm taking that elevator, I'm gonna eat a French fry. Make it 3 French fries.
Thanks for bringing me on board. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things you want. She said Dary Bibles. Damn bureaucrats are always under that.
Whisper, if you're just vibing and listening, Vex is asking, one thing I must know, does Europe have ketchup potato chips?
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly, Michael. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things.
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was tipping. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate it.
I hope you made the right choice.
Or is that... No, it's not... Oh, I've seen it in America. It's just not a common thing.
It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand.
I hope he doesn't hate me for that. There's Rex, Ergnot Rex.
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Which is funny because he ends up becoming the leader of the Krogan.
The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan
I don't put mayo on my burgers at all. I do not like the taste of mayo.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fight all the time. It's just
Like
who we are, Shepard.
the story of the Krogans. Like, I guess I understand they're a violent and destructive race.
So long, Rex.
But it just, like, something about that, the story of them just eats me. I just generally don't like mayo, though, for the record, on that one.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was hatching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in
Depends on what I'm eating. If it's pork or chicken, I always go towards the more well-done side because I'm very paranoid about my pork and chicken. Red meat, anywhere between medium and rare.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
So to answer your question, I'll eat. Mind you, I'll eat well-done steak. I don't care. I'll eat steak. But if I'm cooking and I'm prepping it, it's anywhere between rare and medium. I won't eat it blue.
We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's building ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Most. We've tried to make ourselves as
I haven't had too much lamb, so I can't have an opinion on that. Vex, you and Mad Tech are very similar. Like, Mad Tech grew up on well-done steaks only. You can get him to eat a medium to rare, but you have to get him to do it. But that's because he grew up in an area that had mad cow disease for a while, so he's very paranoid about his red meat. I'm paranoid about chicken and pork. I would rather overcook those things than undercook them. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why I function that way. Alright, I think I talked to everybody I wanted to talk to. We're gonna go to the next mission. Thanks for like lingering with me as I did that part, because yeah, it's gonna be the one part of tedium that I wish I could just skip through. But if I wanted like to save Ergnot Grex, I kind of have to do all this side stuff. Yeah. Well, Salmonella, yeah. But in regards to like the mad cow disease thing, like that doesn't scare me. I didn't grow up in a state that was an issue, where they had the massive outbreaks, so I didn't have to worry about it. Mad Techie did though. Here we go. This is where I gotta go stand. Yeah. That's Citadel. I don't know what I'm doing because it won't let me zoom out any further, so I'm stuck at looking at just Citadel. Or clicking on the sun. Oh, escape. There we go. Now I can see the galaxy as a whole. Serpent Nebula. There we go. Cool. Hawking. Yeah! May he rest in peace. Watching too many vampire movies as a kid did this to us. Raw meat, trying blood from ex-partners, tastes like metal. I've known a handful of people who had a similar experience on that. It's one of the reasons I won't eat meat blue. I've known people in the Navy who were convinced that, and this is weird, they thought they're like that they were actually a werewolf and that they had to eat their meat blue. Which, by the way, blue means it's almost raw. Like, it's just about raw. So, hey, no judgment from me on any of that. And I've known a few women who did the last part, blood from ex-partners, or from their current partners at the time. I've known a handful like that. And, yeah, more power to you. I ain't judging. Just be safe with it. That's my one request. Can I even do the probe stuff yet? Doesn't look like it. I'm just going to click over to see if there... Oh, there we go. Survey. Yeah, pretty much. It's supposed to be just enough. It's supposed to be just enough that you should have killed all surface-level bacteria. Sorry if I'm yelling. That's what blue is. It's you surface cook it just enough that all surface bacteria has been destroyed. Let me take a quick bite and then I'll go down. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, it's more often than not from the people I've met with and dealt with that they tend to fall from that kind of mindset of more of a gothic kind of mindset. Now, that if we said Gothic Phoenix is going to show up and be like, sup, bitches? I'm honestly a little surprised she's not already here. I say that with love. What are you? Okay, you are completely useless. So like one of the ideas, I would love y'all's opinion on this. So one of the ideas I think that YouTube can do. Ooh, there's something over here. To make themselves different than Twitch, and now mind you, Twitch can copy this too, but I think YouTube can get ahead of the curve with it. Is make the idea of co-op streamings actually different. Palladium. Do I get out? Okay, get out. Survey minerals. Same minigame you used for unlocking things. Woo! Got a layer of palladium. Get into vehicle. Alright. But anyway, so the idea is, like, so one of my problems is, so, say me and Shared are doing a stream of Phasmophobia together. Ew? What's the ew for? I'm curious. Anyway. So say me and Shared are doing a stream of Phasmophobia. We're actually doing a stream, not a recording, which has been more both of our, inklings towards Phasmophobia. But we're doing a stream of Phasmophobia together. Oh, the minigame? Yeah. It's like a weird game of Frogger. So anyway. So say you're watching a stream. So it looks roughly like how I look now. But then you could click, but in the bottom, let's say bottom left hand, you see a picture-in-picture of what's going on shared screen. And then you clicked on it. If you click on it, suddenly I become the picture-in-picture, and you can watch her stream as the primary, and be able to switch back and forth at your leisure. And I think that would just be a way to make the idea of a co-op stream so much better. Hi. Cool, it retracted all of its sensor things. And he's back. I'm assuming if he catches up to me, I'm dead instantly. Driving fast. Driving much faster. Ow. Aha, you missed. You thought you were going to get me, but you missed. Oh, how is Guild Wars treating you? Alright, there we go. Yeah, the combat in this game was never that particularly good.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Okay. Cool. So that was definitely worth it, kind of. I got some moolah. And I got to kill a giant worm. Alright, there's still whatever the hell that is. That's some debris, and then there's an anomaly over there. So let's go knock that out. There we go. Trying to repair my ship before, or the truck before I got into another fight. Yeah, mostly repaired. Mummified Solarian. Minigames always the same. Alright. Alright, one last thing I gotta go find. Yeah, I already did the stress signal, which I probably should have turned off. We're gonna ignore that. But no, that's just like one of the ideas I had. I want to write out like all the exact premise of the suggestion. So like if you're playing like a co-op game like that, you can it's truly a co-op stream, not just one person streaming and then the other three happen to be in the same video. Because I think Google especially could take advantage of that and help build the community of different content creators working together versus Where it almost feels like in Twitch, like, yeah, there is a sense of community, but they're still just as much competing with each other. Holster. Electronic skill too low. Alright. I'm glad I'm not crazy. Well, I am crazy, just not that kind of crazy. And there's one last thing apparently right up here. Unfortunately, I can't do the probe because my electronic skill is too low, so... The only thing I can imagine, like, some content creators having an issue with is that who gets the watch hours? Who gets the ad revenue? And my initial response would be it gets split evenly. That's my response. Alright, that should be the last one I needed to do. Or last one that I can do. Let's see here. Now I gotta figure out how to return to... Oh, there we go. Return to Normandy. So maybe in the future. So I'm gonna probably do like write out the exact ideas and then make a video explaining it. And who knows? Maybe Google or YouTube will eventually see it. Yeah, that would require a little bit of extra tracking on their part, but yeah, whoever is being the main when you're the main window, you're getting the watch time / ad revenue. And it would be. I don't imagine it would be too difficult to track who's the main window during. Oh, that was a survey spot. Cool. All right. So it wasn't that one. Let's go to this one. Gnosis. So yeah, any of those could be... Any of those could be interesting. I'm not even bothering like reading these. I probably should, but I'm just gonna... I'll do this one in a second. I want to check this last couple planets, then I'll come back to that one. Oh, and I feel obligated. I have to say this. Don't forget to smash that like button, follow, all that good shit. You know, the usual spiel. Skipping that part now. Alright, same party as before, even though it really won't make a difference. Yeah, that's a good game, and I really think that really does need to... I need to go back through and finish it myself. I've gotten probably like 3/4 of the way through the game, and then I got the expansion pack, and I played through that a little bit. Which both are great. And don't forget June 1st, and it'll be the next videos I start recording. We'll be getting Necromunda Hired Gun, so another Warhammer 40k game. Woo. I'm looking forward to that. Oh yeah, it's a really good game that draws a lot of what the original Diablo games did right, which we should be getting Diablo 4 between now and the end of time, because it's Blizzard. We don't actually know when. I heard they did release some new videos on it, but I haven't been paying attention. Alright, let's see how well I handle all this. They've definitely could have done better. Like the last expansion they did for World of Warcraft. Yeah, they've lost some of their edge. But sorry, before I just wanted to make sure I got those things. What was I gonna say? But I've had enough enjoyment with a lot of Blizzard games that I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, now Gothic shows up. We had mentioned something about Gothicness earlier, and then we're like, and this is where Gothic Phoenix shows up and says, "Sup, bitches." Oh, let's get out and shoot things. I've got my pew pewer and my psychic abilities. My space magic. It is the spaciest of magic. Yeah, they butchered the Warcraft 3 re-release. You're definitely not wrong on that. But really not much that can be done about that, unfortunately. This is gonna sound odd, but I do have faith that they'll do more better going forward, because just as a game company, I have to believe that they will do better. They've made so many games that I thoroughly enjoyed. They've made so many games that I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I've heard about their work process for some of their earlier games back when they were a smaller company. Oh, you're good. You okay? Wasp in the kitchen? I know you don't... I don't imagine you handled that too well. Yeah, those are some puppies. Those puppies sound upsetty spaghetti. But no, they've made so many games that I just thoroughly enjoyed, like StarCraft 1 and 2, obviously, being the obvious ones. Hell, you could find a Let's Play of all the original StarCraft game, which was tedious. Yeah, they've lost about their art, yeah. That I can see. I still have faith. I think Blizzard's just fighting for its soul right now. Because even... You could have just said screamed. That would have been fine. Just picking on you, Gothic. The little girl part would have been assumed, but that's just mostly, once again, me picking on you. But anyway, yeah, like, I think they're having a battle over their soul right now between them and Activision. Activision having burnt up all their goodwill with their games, and then they were trying to rely on Blizzard, who had all this goodwill, and then Bethesda goes back and forth on theirs. Like, Blizzard's also having a duel with their soul, too. And with them having been bought out by Microsoft, we really don't know what's going to happen with them. We do have a lot of potential for good. We have a lot of potential for bad. We just don't know what's going to happen. I do know, in theory, you can now have a crossover between Doom Guy and Master Chief. Oh, do either of you need to talk about your characters for either the Sunday game or the Friday game? It's not this Sunday, obviously, but that game should be picking back up next Sunday. But do you got any questions you want to talk about? It does have a lot of potential. Microsoft doesn't have a history of doing like what EA does. In fact, the worst they got was like how Destiny got very microtransaction-y. But then after they lost control of Destiny, it got worse somehow. So we don't know where that's going to go. Oh no, you guys are, none of you are wrong. None of you are wrong. I feel Blizzard, I'm talking early Blizzard with their StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo games. They did a phenomenal and amazing job. And they would scrap whole games that were about to go gold just because they didn't meet their standards. StarCraft Ghost being an example. But after, as Vex pointed out, the Activision merger, they lost a lot of that spirit. And that's why I'm saying they're at war with themselves. They're trying to figure out who they are now. And I want to say Bethesda's doing the same thing. You see from 76, where their corporate side kind of won out a little bit. But then you see with like Doom Eternal, for instance, where like the only corporate victory in the Doom series was that there are some custom skins, just skins, purely cosmetic, that you have to buy. And some people bitched about that, but I'm like, all right, whatever. So that's my 2 cents on all that. I keep wanting to reload, and it's 100% not necessary. I'm a space wizard in this game. If I got to play in another Star Wars game, I probably would be a Jedi Guardian kind of character. Or Sith Guardian, I really don't care. Assuming I'm allowed to, because usually I don't, because there's always another player wanting to be the beat him with the light stick weapon. Oh, I leveled up again. I should probably go spend those level up points now that I'm thinking of it. Heal? Ah, V. V's how you use the med gel, that's right. You gotta specify what you mean by that. Like, confined to wheelchair? The original, it was dark and gruesome for a reason, and they intended it for be dark and gruesome. But by Diablo 3, they decided, screw it, we're just gonna mess with you at this point, because that's why there's the hidden level where you fight the unicorns, just to mess with the player. Alright, is that the last of them? Cool, seems like it. Squad. I leveled up, like, probably 3 times, so I gotta spend these points. Flightless bird. You're really gonna have to explain that a bit more. Let's go ahead and get that just so I get that nice store discount. There, we just unlocked Advanced Warp. Let's unlock Singularity. Hell, I could probably max out to Master Warp. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and max out my Warp because I really like using that ability. because this will keep me alive. Those dogs are going psychotic. Or not, Rex. I haven't spent a single point. I'm just going to auto level him. There we go. And then auto level her. Oh, Rishi? Okay. So you're just going to be a Rishi who can't fly? That's fine if that's the way you want to go. Like, I don't see why not. Because nothing says in any of these games your character doesn't have, like, cybernetic legs or whatever. Okay. I've got no problem with it. But if you were going to play, like, a D&D game where your character's stuck, confined to something like a wheelchair, I'm like... Where are you going with this? It would be my thought process. No, that's fine. And you're low enough level that I'm not going to be like, oh, you've got cybernetic wings. And I'm going to take a bite of my burger. At least I think I am. Now's a good time to remember that I leveled up. These guys move like... Are they on crack? Instantly overheated my weapon. That's annoying. Oh, I need to heal. I really need to heal. V. Okay. Where is my Talia? I think Talia got downed. Yeah, she's right there and I can't pick her up. Ow. Oh, I can't push that. Damn it. Yeah, Rex is down now, too. Just me now. I'm all alone! And it's gone. The big thing's gone. Now I just gotta worry about the little guys. Did he just give up and just start standing there? Alright. All the things are dead. You can get back up now. Well, they're gone forever. Never to play the game again. Just gonna move on now. Should I see if there's any loot? Because loot is good. Oh, wait, there's one guy. Okay, they're back up now. That took forever. I had to fight a lot more seriously on that, no, on that one than I was expecting. Nope, jammed. And it's dead. It is very dead. Man, you know how much it takes to make a one of Rex's race to actually go down. They have like redundant organs for everything. You may be wondering why I've gathered you here today. Whoa, they got me fast. I should have thrown out my barrier. Let's see where my last save was. Hopefully it's not too far back. I need a french fry. Not too far back. Yeah, it's actually been, well, it was actually pretty cold yesterday from where I'm at. And that may have been tied to the rain. And what's the temperature at where yeah, rain once again. What's the weather looking like where you're at? Temperature-wise. Sorry, I got an alert that scared me for a second there. There we go. Would you mind turning that into Fahrenheit? I'm dumb American. I are dumb American. I don't know Celsius. It must have been chilly night. Work on my burger. Oh, 51. That sounds really nice.
There's some kind of propulsion field in the way.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would keep me safe from the Geth. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
Any suggestions on how we can help?
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses seem to shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here.
You know what would be the worst thing about this? Is if while you're suspended like that, your nose starts itching. Or anything starts itching. Like you're just floating up in the air indefinitely and you're like, I really have to scratch my balls. Not what I meant to do, but okay. So, Laura Tassani is currently suspended in a trap that's got her just floating in stasis, effectively. And I'm sitting here thinking, could you imagine how much it would suck to be stuck in that, and then you have like a really, you have an itch that you just have to start scratching. And I'm just sitting here thinking, you're just suspended like, my balls itch, or something like that, or my nose is itch. Really bad time to space out and you just hear me screaming, my balls. That was really damn lucky. I just kind of guessed. All right, let me actually check to see if I got any new gear for myself. No new pistols, which is pretty much all I use on this character. Holster. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, the technology involved in all this. I am excited to get to Mass Effect 3 eventually, because then if I've done everything right all the way up there, I'll get to see some cool stuff. Not to mention, I'll also have that one Promethean on your team.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime.
And you're going to see more.
Not so fast, Shepard. The truth is on our side. Her mother's working with Sarah.
I am not my mother. I don't know why Venezia joined Saren. I don't want anything to do with that Turian bastard.
If she was with Saren, the Geth wouldn't be trying to kill her.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. 2 was probably like their highlight.
Any idea how we get out of this place? There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on.
I do love how you get to see some of these characters like grow up. Like Laura Tassani goes from like this character to how she is like in the later series. Garrus doesn't change at all; just becomes more crazy. Unfortunately, he dies in 3, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry.
Hope everybody's doing well.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
If I die in here, I'll kill him. That is, yeah, that is very much something, yeah. Krogan.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. And the doctor.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her. And he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Let me put up my barrier. V, so I can heal up. Yeah, she's already down. She instantly went down. Hell, I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm very hit. Thanks for noticing. Waiting for my abilities to return a little bit. There, I got my disintegration ability up. Looking for a target. There we are. Thought I was going to lose that one. Glad I didn't. Yay, we got Laura Tassoni. Okay.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds, we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
It's a coping mechanism. You'll get used to it.
I see.
I do like Joker does end up with a girlfriend.
I have a lot of experience dealing with your species.
Of course, you know, it's like an AI, but hey.
You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari...
Oh, what's your question, Cool Walker? You can throw the question in chat if it's nothing that's too personal.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know
Something's off with her eyes that bothers me a little bit.
be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them.
Knowing what we know about the game already, like, this still, like, imagine the first time you heard this.
I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. Still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Sarah or the conduit.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her bionics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
And it's got to be tedious. Just
Received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara is on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
So somebody pointed out something really cool about the Mass Effect lore. If you don't know like what happens and like what's going on behind the scenes,
The Geth were crawling all over.
I'll explain in a second. Hang on.
We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
A recurring theme of like the big baddies is that they are convinced they can control the Reapers. Obviously, they're wrong. You can't control the Reapers. But that doesn't prevent them from thinking they can. And the end result is just that they end up getting indoctrinated. In fact, that's how they get indoctrinated to begin with. That was like apparently behind the scenes. That's what Saren thought he could do. He's like, "Hey, I can control the Reapers. It's not a problem. There's no problem with me citing them for now because I can control them." And then you see what happens with him. With the Elusive Man from 2 and 3, he thought the same thing.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say anymore in unsecured communication.
This is one of the DLCs.
My offer. Meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Cool. I will have to take a look at that later. But in the meantime, I'm going to quickly survey up this thing. Magna Colony. Got a feeling that means I got to come back here later for that. Oh, quick question. So, there's a sale going on PlayStation in case anyone needs to know this. A lot of cool games going on for a pretty cheap price. One of the ones I picked up is actually... Oh, okay. I picked up a remaster of Assassin's Creed 3. And I'm highly tempted to... I'm not going to do a Let's Play of it, like as in a recorded... But if you guys want me to eventually like do some playthrough of it in some form on a stream, let me know. Because that could be interesting. Alright, now for the team I actually want. Well, not really want. It's the team I'm going to have. Because you can't have a 4-man team, otherwise I'd have the perfect team. So yeah, if you guys have any preference or suggestion on that, let me know. Well, let's go to that. Because I'm not a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed series as a whole. Like, I really didn't play it that much, because it was mostly on Xbox, and now that it's there. The one, Colonial America one. Which is part of the reason I care, because it's got Ben Franklin in it. Black Flag is the immediate sequel to it. I played the Viking one. I still haven't beaten it because it's Vikings. I like Viking stuff. And it's less you're an assassin in the story and more that you are a Viking. Electronic skill too low. That's unfortunate. And Black Flag's similar. It's less that you are playing as a an assassin. You're more as playing as a pirate. So if you guys want me to play a bit of the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster, it's like $14. It was worth it because I'm going to play it no matter what. Just the when is the question. And if I do it publicly or I just play it on my own is up in the air. Let me know. Throw it in the comments. you do get recruited by the assassins, but the game feel like, even with like the Viking one, you can watch my playthrough of it. Yeah, you do. You do become an assassin. You are trained as an assassin, but it feels less like you're an assassin, like doing the assassin story, and more that you are a pirate who is helping out the assassin order. And that's not to knock on the game. It's a phenomenal game because of how well they did the sea stuff. Like, they're still, like, they yeah. Like, I don't think any game has come close to replicating that that kind of gameplay. And this is before, and it's before, I forget the name of the developer. Realized that they could make a lot of money selling time savers, so they just needlessly bogged down the game. Oh, pirates. I need to put up my barrier before I die. The Spartan one caught my attention because it's got Greek mythology in it, and and that makes it kind of interesting in its own way. But yeah. My problem with like the series as a whole is, if you notice, they started like intentionally bogging down the game as much as possible, like giving it that really slow burn, where you have to level up a lot before you can actually do anything worth a damn. Or like they lock off parts of the game, like you have to be this level for you to actually be able to do it. Damn, she got me. Let's see where this puts me. That far back? Alright. I'm trying to decide if I still care now. What are you? Anomaly? Alright. We're going to deal with the stronghold, because the fact that they beat me pisses me off. So, but yeah. I might go ahead and play those. I doubt I'll do any, like... Because I've got so many games I'm trying to get through with my streams. That's why Sekiro is now getting double the attention. And I'll probably do the same with Neo, if it's even half as long as I'm hearing it is. And then I might cycle into some, like, Assassin's Creed stuff, playing the ones I want to play. Since thankfully the stories aren't too terribly connected. But I could always find an excuse to filter them in sooner if, like, the Discord community says, hey, we want to see some Assassin's Creed stuff. Then I'll be like, alright, sure. Well, that's what I was talking about with, like, with the time savers. Like, if you actually look in the marketplace, they have, like, you can spend, like, $5 or $10 to have, like, a permanent XP boost or a permanent Draken boost. And Ubisoft, that's who it is. And that kind of pissed off a lot of people. Oh, okay. You're talking about them, okay. No. When I was talking about the XP boost, I was talking about Assassin's Creed. Sorry. I misunderstood. I thought we were talking about, Assassin's Creed, not Neo. Yeah, no, Neo... Like, a game like that would not be right to include something like that, because it's a game that's meant to be difficult and to push you. To put anything in it where you can spend money to make it easier would be just an insult towards the game itself. Is she dead? She dead already? No, she dead. Okay, you take a biotic bath. Yeah. Now, do I imagine, like, EA would do something like that? Oh, the hell yes. Like, imagine, like, a Code Vein kind of game. Specifically Code Vein. Like, we'll say a Code Vein 2, where they do that. I could totally imagine that happening. I can also imagine something like that with a Monster Hunter. Well, actually, no, you kind of can do that with, like, Warframe to some degree, but not as bad. Where loot drops are better because you paid for this thing. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just talking about in general. I'm just talking about, like, that genre of a game as a whole. She's just running from me. Not that I blame her. Got her, finally. What if I get anything from actually having done this? Well, anything good, I should say. But I'm just talking about, like, in general, yeah, I was going to say, like, an EA game being done like that. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't hack any of this stuff. That is unfortunate. And not to mention, Ubisoft has already got, like, Ubisoft is becoming aware of its own faults, and they showed that in the last Far Cry, which I thought was really good. The last actual Far Cry, not the partial Far Cry that they did, where, like, you go to climb a radio tower for the one time you do it in that game to turn on the radio, and they actually straight up call it out, like, no, this is the one time this is going to happen, don't worry. I'm not going to have you climb over all of them. And I thought that was pretty good self-awareness about who they are, or what the reputation they've developed had become. Now, I would really love to see, like, a Dead Space kind of Dark Souls game. That would be really, really... Like, they try... Like, there is one game that tried to do something like that, like Hellpoint. They try to say it's Dead Space meets Dark Souls. And I'm like, they did a good job. It's legitimately a good game. But I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking of, like, you actually having to fight, like, something akin to Necromorphs. Oh yeah, like, you can actually go, if you go through my playlist, you'll find Hellpoint, which is actually one of my top watched videos is from one of my Hellpoint videos, because it's a boss that a lot of people apparently have trouble with, and I was one of the first people to say, this is what you do. It's like a quick 5-minute... Anyway, but yeah, Hellpoint's a lot of fun. It's got a good combination of... medieval kind of, like, I'm gonna bap you with a sword, and I've got a pew-pewer, and it's got a really weird ending. I didn't do the good ending. God Eater's like a weird like a weird mystic kind of sci-fi. Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, what is this? Can I open these? Do I get something from having done this? Asari capsule. Come on. Got it. Matrix writings. It's not clear who lived here. Alright. So basically, like, a weird Asari person just lived out here meditating on the stuff. Alright, we're going to go up here and grab these minerals, and probably going to start winding it down. Yeah. Yeah, well, Code Vein actually exists in the same universe, or at least it's theorized they do. Because if you watch, so you can watch my Code Vein playthrough. That I did get the good ending. You actually see that a lot of similarities between the world, and there actually was a direct crossover event you could do. So it's led a lot of people to say that they are in the same universe. So it's entirely possible. In Code Vein, the city of Vane is surrounded by this giant blood tornado, effectively, and if you try to go through it, you get killed. But it's also keeping monsters out. Now, at one point, you do see what kind of monster does come in, and you're like, oh, that's a thing. So, anyway, I think this is a good stopping point. Like, yeah, I kind of probably should keep going and just do, like, the really long stream here. But I've got Sekiro later, and that's going to be a long stream. Not to mention, there's a couple players I need to work with to make their tabletop characters for not this Sunday, but the next Sunday's tabletop game. So, we're going to end it a little bit earlier than I should. I'm going to go ahead and save again, even though I'm pretty sure I just did. But yeah, this will be my rhythm of Fridays. I'll probably play through this, and I'm pretty sure a few other people want to yell at me. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Actually, should be set for 5 o'clock. I think is when the Sekiro one starts. So I'll see y'all then.